Good evening. This is Kia Green, and welcome to Housing in America. This week's edition will focus on affordable housing programs in the United States. In most developed countries, the housing affordability issue has climbed to the top of the national housing policy agenda. The concern over housing affordability gained substantial momentum as middle-class households, especially young urban professionals, also known as yuppies, either began experiencing difficulty in realizing the American dream of home ownership or found themselves spending a disproportionately large share of their incomes on housing. However, more increasingly, we see the need to provide affordable housing not only to the middle class, but also to those families who fall in the low to moderate income category. According to the United States Census Bureau, there are over 75 million homeowners in the U.S. 60% of those still have a mortgage on their home. It is safe to say that a fair number of those homeowners have purchased their homes through an affordable housing program. More people than we might realize are in need of affordable housing. The economic expansion of the 1990s obscured certain trends and statistics that point to an increased, not decreased, need for affordable housing. The general accepted definition of affordable housing is for a household to pay no more than 30% of its annual income on housing. Families who pay more than 30% of their income for housing are considered cost-burdened and may have difficulty affording necessities such as food, clothing, transportation, and medical care. An estimated 12 million renters and homeowner households now pay more than 50% of their annual incomes for housing, and a family with one full-time worker earning the minimum wage cannot afford the local fair market rent for a two-bedroom apartment anywhere in the United States. The lack of affordable housing is a significant hardship for low-income households, preventing them from meeting their other basic needs, such as nutrition and health care, or saving for their future and that of their families. Imperfections in the housing system and the relative inequality in income levels have always been at the core of housing policy problems. Therefore, agencies such as the National Housing Conference, the NHC, and the Center for Housing Policy are aimed at providing affordable housing to families around the nation. The agenda for the NHC is to advance federal housing policies to assist low and moderate income families, to strengthen the nation's housing finance system, to encourage foreclosure recovery and neighborhood stabilization, to advocate for federal resources for housing during tax and budgetary reforms, and to improve the coordination of housing, transportation, and energy policy. We will also discuss some of the myths of affordable housing later in our broadcast. First, we will have a word from our sponsors, and when we return, we will be joined by our guest, Ms. Miranda Palou. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
The Neighborhood Assistance Corporation of America, or NACA, is a comprehensive affordable housing program that facilitates home ownership. NACA touts itself as being the best mortgage in America. There's no down payment, there are no closing costs, there are no fees, and more importantly, the home buyer does not need perfect credit. This is key for a lot of families in the country today. NACA is one of many programs available in the U.S. that will allow persons to realize the proverbial American dream of home ownership. Through the NACA program, there are no restrictions on the type of home or the location of the home, In fact, this beautiful home you see behind me was purchased through NACA. If you are a first-time home buyer, or if you want to purchase another home as your primary residence and rent your current home, then contact NACA today.
Welcome back to Housing in America. Joining us to discuss some affordable housing options is Ms. Miranda Palou, the Director of Housing Services for Broward County. Welcome to the show, Miranda.
Hi, Kia. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Please tell us about some of the programs that are available.
Well, HUD is a national program which is quite popular. A lot of people knows about it, and it stands for Housing and Urban Development. HUD can help you figure out how much money you need to buy a home. They offer credit counseling, and they help you find the loan that's right for you. They also can link you up with programs that's in your local area.
Okay, so tell me about a program in Broward County.
Well, BAND is a program here in Broward County. They work in partnership with the City of Plantation, the City of Sunrise, and the City of Hollywood. And BAND helps first-time homeowners, but also you don't have to be a first-time home buyer to buy a home through BAND. They help you through the whole process. They have credit counseling, they have workshops, and they assist you through the whole project. They can offer up to $40,000 in home assistance program, and after you actually buy your property, you do a post workshop. The Home Depot can also, after you attend the post workshop, Home Depot will offer you $450 in a gift card. They also offer renting assistance for people who's looking into renting homes.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Miranda, for that information. That certainly is very informative to our listening audience, and we surely hope there are some in our audience who are able to take advantage of the information that you provided. Again, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
As promised, we will go to our correspondent, Miss Alicia Townsend. She will share with us some of the myths associated with affordable housing.
I'm Alicia Townsend, and I'm inviting you to take a journey with me as we explore the myths and realities about affordable housing in Greater Cincinnati. Now that we've discussed who needs affordable housing, what it is, and where it is, and the absolute importance of clean, safe, and decent affordable housing for all, let's talk about some of the myths associated with affordable housing. There are some people who believe that affordable housing is a detriment to their neighborhood. Some people feel that affordable housing is okay, but not in my backyard. We refer to that as NIMBYism. NIMBYism is a condition of railing against and opposing in any way the construction, installation, locating of any unwanted building, group of people in one's own neighborhood or region, while finding it perfectly acceptable to put it in somebody else's backyard. Myth: crime will increase in neighborhoods where there is affordable housing. The safety and harmony of existing residents will be interrupted. Fact: there is no evidence to substantiate this claim. There is no evidence of an increase in crime resulting from the introduction of affordable housing into a neighborhood. Myth: affordable housing will lower the value of surrounding homes. More people will try to sell their homes when affordable housing residents move into their neighborhood. Research has found that affordable housing has no negative impact on the price or frequency of sales of neighboring homes. Because contemporary affordable housing is attractively designed, professionally managed, and well maintained, it preserves its good appearance, usefulness, and value over time. it will not reduce the desirability of the surrounding area. Myth: the design of affordable housing looks cheap and does not fit within or complements the existing architectural integrity of surrounding properties. Fact: most contemporary affordable housing is in the same style as and often the same material as surrounding homes. Myth: traffic will increase due to affordable housing, thereby disrupting peace and quiet for residents. Fact: studies show that affordable housing residents own fewer cars and use public transit. Myth: only a certain type of person needs affordable housing. Fact: working individuals and families, college students, senior citizens, people who are disabled, veterans, teachers, you and me. We all need housing that is affordable.
En resumen, never mind. Is this on? Okay. In summary, the housing affordability issue has climbed to the top of national housing policy agenda. Imperfections in the housing system and relative inequality in income levels have always been at the core of housing policy problems. The economic expansion of the 1990s pointed to an increased, not decreased, need for affordable housing. Thankfully, through implementation of various affordable housing programs, many people with a range of income levels are able to experience the dream or home ownership.